Okay, so you've just done your first big inline training for the season, or you've just had a race, and you got a big blister, and it's like, not going to be able to skate. What do I do? First thing, of course, is you have to clean it. Very important. And now I'm going to show you a little trick for how to dress the wound so that it heals more quickly than normal, and that it heals very well with minimal scarring and irritation. But first, very important to clean it. Make sure there are no, not even tiny little bits of dirt inside the wound. Give it a good rinse. If you can, wash it out with some saline as well. So we need scissors. Some tips. These are just for manipulating the cream. Got some good dressings. Always have good dressings on hand. If you're into sports like skating or cycling, you probably have a few of these lying around. And here's the magic. Bepanthen. You can get Bepanthen in most places. It's basically just nappy rash cream. It's a kind of cream a tattoo artist might give you after getting a tattoo. So once you've cleaned yourself up, dry yourself, and the next step is to remove any excess skin. So once the blister's popped, if you can, try and get rid of as much of the skin as possible, because it is just an extra flap of skin that can catch some dust and basically get dirt in the wound, and you don't want that at all. You want it as clean as possible so that it heals well. You can usually tell when there's a bit of dirt in the wound because it'll just really hurt. So dry that up. And here's the big trick. You get a big dollop of this stuff. It's just a cream, and you try and put it on. The tricky thing is, when you have a fresh blister, it won't stick because it's weeping slightly. It's not really fully formed skin underneath, and it's a little wet. And that is actually part of the trick. You put the cream on, and it keeps it wet. It forms a wet seal instead of letting it form a scab where it gets dry. And on this very mobile part of your skin, it can move, and it can sort of tear at the edges. What this does is it forms a more flexible protective seal over the healing skin. A nice trick is to use the edges of the blister, because that's normal skin, that'll actually stick. And you want to layer sort of 2 millimeters thick or so, like quite a lot. And then we put the dressing on top of it. One of the tricks here is to try and stretch your skin as you're putting it on, so that there are no little folds or gaps. And so you're really sealing in this layer of Bepanthen on top of your blister. The seal is kind of the important thing. So you get this nice layer of cream, and then you seal it in so that dirt doesn't get in, moisture doesn't get in. Most of these dressings do let the wound breathe a little bit, but it's actually no big deal if they don't. So you just carefully go all the way around, stretching the skin, trying not to get any of those little folds. See, there's a little bit here. Just push it. There we go. Lovely. And yeah, I've got a little other blister, so I'm going to throw some Bepanthen on that as well. There we go. Just a tiny bit. And we'll get a much smaller dressing onto that, obviously. So, once you've sealed this in, you can leave it for about 3 days. Try not to move too much. if the dressings are good, you can even shower with them. You can just put a bag over your foot when you're having a shower.
It's a little bit protected.
But yeah, about 2 or 3 days. Just leave it alone. Just let it heal. Don't touch it. And yeah, let's see what happens. So we're back. Let's remove this dressing and see what's happened underneath. Okay. Yeah, that one's, it's hard to see, but it's basically fine. I'm not even going to put another dressing on it. And this, a very, very thin layer of skin has started to form. It's drying now. And yeah, what's nice is there's no scab to pick off or stick to it. So just going to get it clean. So we'll just hop in the shower. Okay. And then we dry it off so that the dressing can stick to the skin again. But as you can see, it's this very thin layer of skin now. It moves with your skin. There's no danger of it being broken by having to pick a scab off of it. And so we don't even really need to put more Bepanthen on it, but I'll do it anyway. Because you can see here, it sticks much more easily. Because it's basically regular skin now. It's just very, very thin. And when it sticks, that's how you actually know that it's healing. So you only need a tiny bit. It kind of acts as a lube against the band-aid, so it doesn't abrade this very thin, sensitive layer of skin. Put the dressing back on. Stretch the skin all the way around. It's not that important to get the seal or anything. It's really just there to protect the thin layer of skin. Yeah, and from here on, it heals very quickly. Like this is basically okay. The skin's quite thick. Clean it, dry it, put another dressing on for a bit of protection if you like, or you don't even have to. And 2 days later, and you're fine. So less than a week from the original blister, and we can skate on it again. Could have even skated on it yesterday. I was just being cautious. So there you have it, the Bepanthen Trick. Good for blisters and even road rash. Hope this has been helpful, and thank you for watching.